Hello all. There's Ramfis.
Anthony, you're muted. Unmute your microphone.
What's up, pal?
What's up, Pally?
How are you? I was like, that looks like Lou. You got a beard now. It looks good.
Yeah, it's my quarantine look, man.
I'm telling you, how you been, brother?
We got to catch up. I'll call you after this. You around tonight?
Yeah, but I'm probably going to have dinner with my girls, and then after that, I could definitely, you know what, I'll text you.
You call me, because I'm up late,
Yeah.
so call me later. I want to catch up with you.
Right. Yeah, okay? I would love that.
Great.
Yeah, brother. Who's that?
Todd.
What's up, bud? Hey, there's Randy. Let's see John.
Hi.
Hey, David.
Anthony, how you doing?
What's going on, bud?
Oh, hey, David.
Here we are a year later.
Hey, David.
There's Devi.
Everybody's got the quarantine look going on.
Yeah. There's Bob. What's up, Bobby?
Not much, man. How you been?
I'm good. This is kind of sad. We all got to see each other this way.
I know, right?
Yeah.
At least we don't have to look.
You want to be seen? You want to be seen?
Do I want to be seen? By who?
I don't see anybody else. Do we see anybody?
Bob Grayden,
Hello?
I think that's Jeremy
Hello?
Kipp. Hey, Jeremy.
Jeremy Kipp, a whole bunch of other people.
Guys, it's really great
Todd
to see
Storage.
everybody.
You're in
Hey.
view.
Maya,
All
what's
my
up?
favorite people are right here. on
Hello,
this-
everybody.
Hey.
This is my Lou Martini. Hello. Oh, the dog. The dog is in here.
You know, Lou Martini and I have never met, but he's one of my favorite New York actors. Whenever I
Look at
see him
that.
in a movie, I know that that part of the movie will be really great.
Cool.
That's very nice of you.
I endorse that message.
Hey guys, I was trying to figure out what I had to do. I had to unmute. So let's start off. I'm Ramfis Myrthil. I'm one of the board members at the Long Island Film Expo. Also a filmmaker as well. Thank you everyone for joining us. We're going into the 23rd Annual Long Island International Film Expo, which is September 30th to October 8th. It will be virtual and it will be drive-through experience. So today we'll be introducing films from Block 3 and Block 4, also films from Scared for Life on the horror block, and also the Scared for Life horror block number 2. So let's jump right into it because we have a lot of filmmakers. The first person I'd like to introduce is Devi Morgan and Randy Sloan. Your film is called Like Daughter, Like Mother. It's a short film playing October 2nd at 12 p.m. If you can introduce yourselves, the film, what it's about, where you're from, and if you could keep it no more than 2 minutes. Thank you.
You're on mute, Dev.
You have to unmute.
Okay. I was saying me keeping it to 2 minutes is probably a bigger challenge than making a film. But so I'm the writer, executive producer, and the lead in this film. And it's a comedy about a mother and daughter exploring the world of online dating together, which is something I would never, ever want to do. I'm from Brooklyn. And Randy Sloan is our producer, and Megan Martin is our line producer. And they're both on if they would like to say anything.
Hi, I'm Randy Sloan. As Deb said, I am the producer of Like Daughter, Like Mother. And I am extremely proud of Devi because this was really her lifelong dream to do this film. And it was a birthday present to herself. And when she asked me to produce, I of course said yes. And it's, well, of course I'm biased, but it's hilarious. I've watched it 2,500 times, and I cannot wait to watch it 25 and one time. And it was a great cast, great crew, really had a lot of fun with it. But we worked, and we worked really hard, especially working in a restaurant, which was a little challenging. But we did it, and that's it. Megan?
Yeah, no, this is one of my favorite films that I've worked on. It's not the first or the last time I've worked with Randy and Devi, which are two amazing women that I'm always to be around. And it's hilarious. It has a lot of heart in it, and it'll make you want to go hug your mom. So it's a great work of art.
Or not, maybe not want to hug your mom.
Well, awesome. Is there anything else that you want to share, either one of you or all three of you, before we go to the next filmmaker?
We're just really honored and thrilled to be a part of this festival. I was at this festival last year, and it really is heartbreaking that we all can't be there in person, but hopefully another time. And good luck to everybody.
Yes, good luck.
Excellent. Feel free to share in the chat, contact information, social medias and things like that. And we can all support your film. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
The next one up is Justin Jennison, I believe. A Typical First I Love. It is in the Long Island short film category, playing October 2nd at 3 p.m. Justin?
Hi.
Yes, please
Can you
introduce
hear me?
yourself, your film, a little bit about the film, and where you're from.
Okay, so hi, I'm Justin. I'm from Long Island, Albertson specifically. It's in Herrick's, for those that don't know. It's part of Herrick School District. Right now, I'm currently at my college dorm room at Quinnipiac, which is in Hamden, Connecticut. The film is essentially just it's about it's called Typical First I Love You, and it's about it's just about two friends that have liked each other for kind of a while, but one says I love you and they didn't realize what was kind of going on. So it was just based on some things that I saw in the going on in the world, or in my little universe around me, and it was just a lot of fun to make, but one of the most annoying things I've ever had to make, because every single thing that could have gone wrong did go wrong. So yay.
Was it a learning experience as well?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was honestly just like the most it was just the most fun, because it was my first time really diving deep and doing stuff. Like, we shot it in a log, and that was like the first big thing I shot all on a log profile. It was the first time that it was like my first time actually having lights and stuff on set, instead of just shooting with a cell phone and cell phone and just the natural room lighting. So it's a lot of fun.
Is there anything that you want to share before we get to the next filmmaker? Anything special or that we should know about your project or yourself?
We just recently changed the name of the production company that's listed on it, because it used to be Puzzle Piece, because my sister is on the autism spectrum, and one day when I graduate, I want to start a training program for people on the spectrum that have a passion for film but can't get into a school or don't have access to the training that would be required. And we changed it to In-Depth Media because we all had IEPs in high school. Like, I have ADHD. Some of my friends have OCD or other disabilities that worked on the film. So it's just now a very cool thing to think about.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. Well, definitely let us know how we can follow and support. And congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, next up, I have Wesley Wang. Wesley has a film called Faces. It's in the Long Island short film category, playing October 2nd at 3 p.m. Wesley? Wesley, are you with us? Rachel, can you send an email to Wesley and let him know that he should log in?
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go to the next filmmaker. It's Ashley. Ashley, I don't want to murder your last name, but it's definitely Greek. Mcropolis.
Yeah, you did.
I said it right? Okay, awesome. All right, it's Viscera. That's the name of the movie. It is in the Long Island short film category, October 2nd at 3 p.m. So introduce yourself, your film, what it's about, and something special we should know.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Mcropolis. I'm the writer, director, and actress on Viscera. And something special, this was my first time directing and writing. So this was a first-time project. And it was very scary but exciting, and I learned so much. Viscera is it's a metaphor for the subconscious. A lot of people think it's from like the word visceral, but it's not. It's actually like a metaphor for what lies underneath. And it's about how we are pulled throughout our lives with the things that we stuff. And like the lead character, Alice, stuffs her childhood trauma, and she's led by it until she's able to face it and overcome it. And that's what I tried to depict in my experimental short. And thank you to the—
Now, how was it because you said you act and you wrote and you directed it?
Yes.
Okay, and what was that like, and what did you learn? You said you learned a lot.
Yes, I learned so much. I learned how important it is to be calm, even if you're stressing out, and be a people person, and how it's important to keep the energy of the crew and everyone mellow. And I learned that that's something that I need to work on in myself, because then getting in front of the camera, I was all nerves. But so it was just a great first experience, and learning what it's like to try and show people what you're trying to create in your head, and then to be able to see it at the end. It was very fulfilling, and I'm really excited to just keep making movies. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Thank you for sharing with us, Ashley, and good luck with your screening.
Thank you.
Next up is Joshua David. Joshua David did Alienated, which is in the Long Island feature film category, October 2nd at 7 p.m. And it is a drive-in experience, and it's playing virtual. Joshua? Joshua, are you with us? Rachel, if you can send an email to Joshua David and let him know that we're on and we started.
Okay.
The next person I have, again, I don't want to butcher, it looks like Jachandra Ray. Jachandra Ray did Betalua, which is in the foreign short film category in India, October 2nd at 7 p.m. It's drive-in and virtual. Are you with us? Rachel, again, if you could send an email and let them know that we're on.
Okay.
The next person I have is Lisa Belcher. I think that's how you say the last name. It is Guest of Honor is the film. It's in the short film category, October 2nd, 7 p.m. It's drive-in and virtual. Are you with us, Lisa?
I'm here. Hello.
All right, awesome, Lisa. If you can introduce yourself, where you're from, a little bit about the film, and anything that's interesting that you'd like us to know.
Absolutely. Well, as you said, I'm Lisa Belcher. I am the director, co-writer, and I play the role of Rebecca in Guest of Honor. I'm based in Austin, Texas, and I'm really excited to be part of this festival. I'm sure all you guys feel this way. I really miss all of you, those who I know and those who I don't. I feel like festivals just fill us up as filmmakers. We all know how hard it is, and it's I don't know, it's just so great to see all your faces. So hello. Guest of Honor is it's a short, and I co-wrote it with Lucas Hassel, and we met at a film festival, and I reached out to cast him in one of the roles. So it's a story about a couple who's dealing with a tragedy in their lives, and they're about to celebrate their 21st anniversary. So they're thinking about having this big party, but they're not really in the mood. They go forward with it, and an unusual guest arrives. So it's a hard one to talk about because I can't really reveal the end and what happens. But as far as the journey of making it, shot it out here in Austin. Had an amazing cast and crew. Just like Ashley was saying, I acted in the film as well. And I think the thing that made it, I'll call it a success, successful for me, was having a great support team around me. My cinematographer, we did a lot of planning ahead of time. And I mean, as you all know, you get on set and things change. But having a plan ahead of time and having a nice support system was really helpful when I had to take off my director's hat and step into the acting shoes. And then working with Lucas, I see many faces that know Lucas. He's absolutely a dream to work with. And I had written several drafts of it when I cast him in the role and kind of developed the characters together. So he came on as a writer and just was a wonderful collaborator. So I'm really proud of the project. We've been picked up by a large nonprofit, which I can share more about later. But anyway,
Please tell us. Please share that. Let us know now. Yeah.
Well, it's the American Heart Association that hopefully doesn't ruin the end, but they love the film and want to use it to sort of further their cause. And so we're kind of in the process of figuring out what that's going to look like. But yeah, it's played several festivals and had some really great responses, which is always nice. So I'm really proud of this film and happy to be here. So.
Congratulations. That's so awesome. And what is your Long Island connection? Because you're based in Austin.
Well, Lucas is the one who recommended the festival. So he said, this is a great festival. He's been before. And so, yeah, that's it. It's Lucas.
Well, he nailed it right on the dot. Well, congratulations with the film and the success. And thank you for, submitting.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks.
All right. We're going to Rob Grayden. Rob did a film called Peaches. It's in the Long Island short film category, October 2nd at 7 p.m. It's drive-in and virtual. Rob, are you with us?
Right here. Hi.
Awesome, Rob. If you could tell us a little bit about you, the film, anything that you want to share.
Yeah, so Pieces is about it's a documentary trailer. It's a trailer for a documentary, and we initially used it also for a proof of concept. It's about an artist who lives in Austria who painted this gigantic mural. It was about 6 feet tall and about, I'd say about 25 feet wide, depicting what he believes is basically the map to world peace. And when he was done, he took the painting and sliced it up into 6 different pieces and sent it to different people throughout the world. The Dalai Lama has one, and a bunch of people of note, of peaceful note, a spiritual note. Some not so much, but other people. There's one in the Kremlin, the White House there's one in the White House. And so his thought was that when these pieces were put back together would be the day that there's world peace. And so that freaked me out when I first heard about that. And I wanted to make a film about it. So not only am I making a film about these pieces, along the way as we travel to all these different places, hopefully, to find these pieces and put the painting back together, we're going to learn from experts in the fields of peace and nonviolence exactly what it would take to bring the world together.
Now, how did this get on your radar, out of curiosity? How did you find this?
I was actually interviewing Arun Gandhi, who is the grandson of Mahatma Gandhi, he lives in Rochester, New York.
Wow.
And he was very gracious with his time and everything. But as we were done, we were packing all our equipment into the car, and I just ran back in quickly to say goodbye and thank you to him. And I saw that he had a piece of it on the wall. And he explained to me what it was and freaked me out, but I didn't have time to talk to him about it, and I left. And it took me 4 years to find him again because I had forgotten about it, but I just happened to tell a person who was a friend of mine who was a producer, and he said, "Why aren't you making a film about this?" And I looked at him for 30 straight seconds of silence, and eventually I said, "I don't know." And so I just looked him up. It took me a while to find him again, but I found him, and he allowed me to go back and take high-res photos of the picture, and I eventually found out through detective work who painted it because he forgot also. And we tracked him down. The artist and I are now good friends. I don't speak a word of German. He doesn't speak a word of English. But we've become good friends over the years trying to, figure out a way to get this film financed.
How can we follow your journey? This sounds like an incredible,
Sure. Pieces. You could follow either my production company, Wet Dog Films, LLC, on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. And our website as well. And Pieces has its own Facebook and Instagram. And it's Pieces, like the word peace, only with an S at the end.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. Please share within, the chat, all that information.
Oh, sure. I'll do that right now. Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, I am going to Eric Lee. Eric Lee did Wide Awake in Bridgewater, which is in the short film category, playing October 2nd at 7 p.m. It is in a drive-in experience, and it's virtual. Eric, are you with us? Eric Lee? All right. Well, Rachel, if you could send an email to Eric and let him know that we started.
Sorry, I'm here. I don't know if you can see me.
Okay, Eric. All right, great. Awesome. I see you now.
Okay.
If you can introduce yourself, where you're from, a little bit about your film, and anything that you think we should know.
Sure. So I am the writer-director of Wide Awake in Bridgewater, shot in LA for Nova Scotia. I have, it's basically, the story is basically what I call a timeless love story with a pinch of mystery. And I don't want to say too much because I think when you watch it as things unravel, I don't want to give you too many spoilers. But I have a few associate producers. I have Mark Lynch, Kevin Settle, and Hans Jaeger. Kevin Settle was the one who introduced me to your film festival, and he raved about it. And he had submitted a film previously to this film festival, and that's why I was so honored to submit and be accepted to this film festival. So we're really proud to be part of this.
That's awesome. And just so everyone knows, I didn't mention, it is part of the Scared for Your Life horror block. So this is a horror film, correct?
No, actually, this is, I'm not sure if it was, I don't think I saw it in the horror block, but it's not really a horror film. There's, again, I don't want to spoil too much about it.
Okay.
There's horror, I guess there's horror elements to it, maybe.
Okay. All right. We don't want to spoil it. And is anyone on your team on here as well? You had mentioned like 3 people.
Yeah, you know what? They're not on my team, but I will say this. So the way that this came about is it's actually a proof of concept for both a TV series and a feature that I'm trying to develop. So this is kind of the short version of it that we're sending out to hopefully try to make it into a series or a feature film.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing with us, Eric. Congratulations, and thank you for submitting, and best of luck at the festival.
Thank you.
All right. The next person is Patricia Vone. Patricia, you did Cold Dark Hollow, which is in the short film category, October 2nd at 10 p.m. It's a drive-in virtual, and it's part of the Scared for Your Life horror. This one does say it's a horror, so I hope I'm correct on this one. Are you with us, Patricia? Patricia, are you there? Rachel, if you can send an email to Patricia Vone and let her know that we started. Next up, I have Nicole Jones Dion. Is Nicole Jones Dion here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, awesome. Nicole has a film called The Keeper. It's a short film. It's October 2nd, 10 p.m., drive-in and virtual. And
That's not my film.
That's not you, Nicole Jones Dion?
My film is In the Death Room.
In the Death Room. Okay, I have the wrong line. All right, I apologize. So
Wait, I thought In the Death Room was my movie.
In the Deaf Room. So the floor is yours. Let us know a little bit about you, where you're from, about the film, and anything you'd like us to know.
Okay, cool. So my name's Nicole Jones Dion, and I'm based in Los Angeles. I'm the writer, director, and producer of the Stephen King short film In the Death Room. And it's the story of a New York Times reporter who's captured by a ruthless Central American cartel and brought in for questioning. And our version of the story is loosely based on actual events that took place during the El Salvador Civil War. And we shot the whole thing in and around Los Angeles, and it's hard to find locations here, especially in the summer, that look like Central America, because we needed a lush jungle, and we're in the desert. But we were really fortunate, and we found a nice wooded area with a river, and the area that we shot, this is a kind of like a little behind the scenes, I guess, little anecdote, was haunted. And so I guess back in the 1800s, there'd been a little settlement on that river, and during a big rainy season, a wall of water came through the canyon, completely wiped out the settlement, killed everyone, men, women, and children. And while we were shooting an especially intense scene there, our first AD, who is sensitive to ghosts, could hear children screaming and feel them pulling on his shirt and saying, "Make the bad men stop, make the bad men stop." So we upset the ghosts in this little valley while we were shooting our Stephen King short.
Wow, I have like chills running through my entire body after hearing that. Did you experience anything yourself?
Me personally, no, but we had one of our actresses was pulled into the water. She could feel something pulled her into the water. So yeah, luckily we were only shooting in that location for a day, and then we got the hell out because they did not like us being there.
Wow. Okay. Wow. And then
Nicole, may I ask Nicole a question?
Go ahead.
This is Sherry Raddick Stroud. I'm coming up, but Nicole, did anything show up on film when you took a look at what you shot that day?
I was looking too. I was looking and I didn't see anything. Unfortunately, I would have loved to have.
Wow. Just alone because of this backstory, I want to watch your movie. And how did this happen for you to be able to collaborate with, be able to work on something written by Stephen King? How did that?
Oh, it's part of his Dollar Baby program. So he has this amazing program for upcoming filmmakers and aspiring filmmakers where you can option one of his short stories for $1. And if you're a horror fan, he's very gracious, he's very generous, and I highly encourage anybody who's interested in the horror genre and likes Stephen King to explore it. It's cool, and the selection of stories changes constantly, so there's always something new to choose.
And then where do you go for that? Rachel, please make a note of this.
I don't remember the URL. Just do a search on Stephen King Dollar Babies. I think it's like dollarbabies.com or .net, something like that. But yeah, if you search for Stephen King Dollar Babies, you'll find there's a whole website that spells out the process and what you have to do.
That's so awesome. Thank you for sharing. This is so cool. Well, congratulations and good luck with your screening.
Thank you.
All right. Well, next I have is Bob Selly. Are you on, Bob Selly?
Right here.
All right. Bob, I hope I have your film correctly. Is it Like Me Deadly?
No, I'm the keeper.
You're the keeper. Okay, so I think the lines are, well, that doesn't matter. But go ahead and talk about the keeper and let us know about where you're from, a little bit about the film and anything that's interesting.
Sure will. I'm Bob Celli. I am the writer, director, actor in The Keeper. We're based in New York City. the keeper, what is it? Okay, well, the keeper is basically a lonely widow in search of human contact. She meets a collector of art at a speed dating event. They soon find out, or you soon find out, what they're both looking for is vastly different from each other. Basically, what could go wrong at a speed dating event? The film itself is based on my wife's incredibly vivid dream life, which after you see the movie will kind of make you question what my relationship with my wife is like. But it was a gas. It was fun to do. It was different for us. We basically, our last 3 films have all been historical dramas. This is, if I had to put it in a category, I'd put it in a suspense, thriller, comedy, drama. It's kind of a mashup of a different bunch of genres, and the idea was to take you on a roller coaster ride. And we, hopefully we achieve that, and you'll take that ride.
Out of curiosity, is this through an experience that you've had, the speed dating, or how did that come about?
Actually, not at all. The idea for the speed dating event, again, based on one of my wife's dreams, dealing with how well, her dream basically dealt with how well do you know the person that you are living with, or how well do you know the people that are next to you all the time. And once I started flushing out the story, it just kind of made sense to put it in that world of speed dating where, you have 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever it is, to put yourself out there in front of somebody and sell yourself. And most actors that are on this it's basically the same thing as an audition, except you're probably lying even more. So it kind of made sense to put it in that world and yet bring a level of realism to both their stories, and have you sort of jump in and take that ride with these 2 characters.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing with us. Congrats on, being accepted into the festival.
Thank you. And thank you guys for, doing what you're doing, for keeping the arts alive in incredibly challenging times.
Yeah. Big shout out to Rachel. She's the one that reached out to all of you to coordinate this. So thank you, Rachel. And Deborah Markowitz, of course, for, having this brilliant idea of putting this together. And John for, setting up the Zoom and doing the recording. All right. So I am going to go to the next person. I have Sean King. Sean, did you do Like Me Deadly?
Yes, sir, I did. Yes.
Okay, I got one right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it's a short film, October 2nd, 10 p.m., drive-in and virtual. Sean, if you can tell us where you're at, a little bit about yourself, the film, and anything that's interesting.
Sure, yeah. I'm Sean King, the producer-director of Like Me Deadly, based in Huntington right now. And the film, it's sort of a horror satire. It's about a popular social media influencer who needs to get to a certain amount of follows, and she's live streaming at night at home, and there's home invaders that break into her house to kill her. So she sees an opportunity to gain follows by live streaming her attack to her fans. Her numbers go up, but you'll have to see what happens in the end of it.
Awesome.
So it's a fun slasher horror satire.
Wow. Okay. And then what inspired you to write this?
I was kind of having this conflict about influencers and the relative ease they have of using their iPhone and their personality and their charms, and maybe not talent, to become the new celebrity. When we used to have celebrities that were in showbiz, practicing, honing their art, and now it's as easy as just having the personality and an iPhone. And I was kind of frustrated by that, like a lot of people are, but then I was inspired by it too, so I was kind of conflicted. And then I was constantly amused by these challenges that people were doing live, these kind of dangerous challenges to gain views. And then I thought it would be funny if something happened where a woman, an influencer, suddenly happened upon a opportunity like that, like a home invasion.
Got you. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. Congratulations on that.
Thanks so much.
All right. And then Sari, Sari spoke earlier and asked that interesting question. Sari, you did Next Day News, which is in a short film category, October 2nd. 10 p.m. is for drive-in and virtual, and it's part of the Scared for Your Life horror block.
Yes. Yes, I'm Sherry Raddick Stroud. I'm from Falls Church, Virginia, which is just outside of Washington, D.C. I can wave and see the Washington Monument. I'm the producer of Next Day's News and also a face in Next Day's News. It's about Greg, who downloads an app that has a very special ability. And the whole movie, the short, is about what Greg and his wife Annie do with this ability of the app that was downloaded. And my question would be to all of you, what would you do if you had that app? So I hope you enjoy Next Day's News. That's all I'll tell about. And it was filmed at my former home, so you'll get to see my kitchen, my front door, and my dining room. So hope you enjoy it.
Awesome.
And I want to thank you also so much for the honor of not only this film, but you have selected another film of ours to be shown at a later date. So we feel so very honored to be part of your festival. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, do you want to talk a little bit about that while you're on?
Oh, Hero's Honeymoon?
Yeah, go ahead.
You mean the other film? Oh, yeah, I can talk about that. Hero's Honeymoon was a script written by a friend of ours who lives in Florida, and this is based on an actual situation. His parents were married and went on their honeymoon the night of Orson Welles' War of the Worlds. Now, as I look at the pictures here, 90% of you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. And when we finished most of the movie and we showed it to friends to get a little feedback, the younger people went, huh? What's this? So we had to put in newspaper headlines to show that this was an actual event. War of the Worlds, Orson Welles. War of the Worlds was a radio show that before TV was around, for you youngins who think TV was here for centuries, radio was the TV in 1938, and Orson Welles broadcast the show that in the beginning, he did say, you know, this is a radio play and, you know, not real. But a lot of people tuned in later after that disclaimer, and they thought we were actually being invaded, and many people got quite hysterical. So that talks about the situation of these people going on their honeymoon and what happens when they hear the world may end. So it's really cute. We had the script for about 4 or 5 years, because the main set is a bus, and it took us a while to find a 1930s bus. And the museum, just for anybody, if you need an old bus, there's a museum of bus transportation in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and they were very kind and let us use an actual 1930s bus for filming. Should I go on? I can tell you a little bit more.
Well, we'll probably, on the next one, we'll go more in detail about it. But I figured, just have everyone share, have you share with everyone about your other film. But thank you for sharing with that. Some good nuggets there.
Thank you.
Well, we'll go to Jimmy Kelly. Is Jimmy Kelly here? Jimmy Kelly. All right. The next person after Jimmy Kelly, and Rachel, if you can send an email to Jimmy Kelly, let him know that we're on. The next person I have is just Mark, M-A-R-C. We Die Alone. Are you here, Mark?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So your film, We Die Alone, is in the short film category, October 2nd at 10 p.m. It's drive-in and virtual. It's part of the Scared for Your Life horror block. If you can tell us a little bit about the film, yourself, where you're from, and anything interesting we should know.
Yes, well, I'm Mark Cartwright. I'm originally from Riverhead, Long Island, and now I live in Los Angeles, California. And I'm the writer, director, producer for We Die Alone. And We Die Alone, it's a dramatic thriller about a guy who hides behind the internet. He goes swimming on dating websites because he's afraid to meet them in person, until one day when he meets his new next door neighbor and he spirals out of control trying to connect with her in the real world. So there's a twist there, it's like, it's really about how the things that people do to stand in their own way of creating meaningful relationships and meaningful romantic relationships. So I kind of came up with it. I was talking to some friends who were all having some dating drama, and I was like, all right, I need to make a horror film about this. So yeah, so that's where it came from.
Awesome. And then how did you hear of the festival? What's your connection to the festival?
I mean, just being out there. I too know Lucas, actually. Lucas, I met him at other festivals and stuff like that. So I saw that he had gone there as well. And then just from being out on Long Island and just doing my research and wanting to come to festivals that would bring it, closer to home. Yeah, and it was great. I heard lots of great things about this festival. So
great. Awesome.
Except that I can't be there this year, but yes.
Well, thank you for sharing, Mark. We appreciate it.
Of course, yes. Thank you.
And good luck with your screening.
Thank you.
The next person up is Lindsay O'Keefe. A Live Day. It's a documentary short, October 3rd at noon, and it is virtual. Are you with us, Lindsay?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you I see you. Okay.
Yeah,
so a bit about you, where you're from, and about the project, please.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Lindsay. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and so my documentary is about a girl I met at a nonprofit that I volunteer at, and we became really close friends. And she's a Paralympic swimmer, and she's won many awards. And so I decided to make this documentary about her, just because she inspires me, and I wanted the world to see her talents. And it's gone really well. She loves the film, and so she has no legs and one arm. And the fact that she's won so many awards for swimming is very incredible. So I just really wanted to spotlight her. So yeah, and I'm really honored, and it's great to see everyone. And yeah, so.
Did you go underwater and shoot too?
Yeah, so I went to like the YMCA, like an indoor pool, and I filmed her swimming too.
And you traveled around Ohio or the country?
No, she's local. She lives near me. So I just went, I interviewed her. This was before COVID. So I interviewed her last summer, like in her house, and then in the pool, and like at her nonprofit. So.
And out of curiosity, what got her into that? Like what, it's just an amazing story, because so many people are going through so much right now, but you can't even compare. So like, what was her inspiration to be able to do that?
So at first she started aquatic therapy when she was really little, because, she had countless amount of surgeries, and they thought swimming would help her. It could be like an escape for her. And so she kind of started at a really young age. And ever since then, she just became really good at it, and she loved it. So she did it, all throughout her high school career. She's now in college, but yeah, she just like fell in love with it. So.
That's awesome. Well, I definitely want to check it out. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next up is Darian Stansberry. Darian has a film called The Bartender. It's a short film. It's playing October 3rd at noon. It's virtual. Darian, if you can tell us a little bit about yourself, the film, where you're from, and anything that's interesting that we should know.
Cool, thank you. I am the cinematographer for The Bartender. The director, Travis Newsad, sends his regard. Bartender is about Carly, the skillful bartender at a swanky hotel lounge, is thrown off her game by the arrival of Alan, a powerful investor. As Alan and his leadership team celebrate with round after round of drinks, Carly is haunted by a dark secret about him and becomes increasingly concerned for the safety of Heather, the only one in the group. Will Carly conquer her fear of confronting Alan in time to stop Heather from leaving with him, or will she be forever doomed to relive the past? So that's our synopsis on Film Freeway. And yeah, so I used to live in Long Island and would see your advertisements, and that's why we submitted.
Where are you now?
Right now I'm working upstate in Schenectady, and I'm in a hotel room using the complimentary Wi-Fi.
By the way, I love the beard.
Thank you.
Great looking beard, my man. Well, thank you for submitting. Congratulations, and best of luck at the festival.
Thank you. When is it playing? Travis didn't tell me when it's playing.
I am seeing you are playing at October 3rd at 12 p.m.
Great. Okay.
And it's 11 minutes. It's in the short film block.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. All right, Andrew Polak. Am I saying it right? Andrew, are you here?
Hi, I'm here.
All right, Andrew. So, Andrew, your film is The Bright Side of Things, short film category, October 3rd, 12 p.m. If you can tell us a little bit about yourself, the project, where you're from, anything that's interesting.
Sure. I'm originally from New Jersey, but I've kind of been bouncing around. Lived in Austin, Texas for a little bit, and now I reside in Los Angeles. This film is my thesis film from the American Institute, where I was studying directing. So I'm the writer-director of this film, and it's a buddy comedy road film, sort of dealing with misfits and sort of some of the class elements in a lighthearted way that I noticed when I moved to LA. So yeah, I'm really happy to be a part of the festival. That was brought to my attention through one of my actors who has been a part of the festival in the past, whose name is Eddie McGee. So shout out to him.
I know Eddie McGee.
Eddie's a great guy. And yeah, so we're just really happy to be a part of it, and thanks for programming us.
All right, well, thank you for submitting. Congratulations. John, you're not still on, are you? You're actually next. I just saw a note that you're hopping off. Sorry we missed you, John. He wrote a nice little note saying that he had to get off. Congratulations to everyone. To learn more about his experimental film, Dream, go to the website, which is dreamno37091.com. And they have an Instagram page, dreamno37091film. And his film is playing October 3rd at 12. It is virtual. It is Dream number 37091, which is the name of his film. So that's John that just logged off. The next person I have is Timothy Matuli. Are you there, Timothy?
I'm here, yep.
All right, so Timothy, your film is called The Quiet Pain. It's a foreign film from Japan. It's October 3rd at 12. If you could tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and about the project, and if there's anything that you think we should know.
Sure, yeah. So my name's Timothy Matuli from New Jersey. I'm the writer, director, and editor of The Quiet Pain, which is a Japanese language film that I made at Fairfield University, not actually from Japan, but yeah, Japanese language. It follows a woman who discovers her husband's affair and must make the split-second decision about whether or not to expose his infidelity to their daughter, kind of in the first 24 hours of that discovery. And yeah, I'm really excited to show it out on the island.
Now, from my understanding with Japanese culture, that's something that's really sensitive, right? Why this particular story?
So I grew up in Tokyo for part of my childhood, so pretty formative in that way, which is, odd. You wouldn't guess that. That, and I also, in addition to film, majored in Asian studies. So this was a very comprehensive thesis of both of my majors combined into one film. And I primarily consume Japanese entertainment, mostly from the 40s to the 60s. So I tried to make a film in that same kind of mode using similar techniques.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing, Timothy. Best of luck at the festival. Again, thank you for submitting.
Thank you.
Next up is Abigail Dellarto, I believe. Abigail, you have a film called Ready. It's in the Long Island short film category, October 3rd at noon. Virtual. Are you with us, Abigail?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, awesome. If you can tell us a little bit about the film, yourself, where you're from, and anything that we should know.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name's Abigail Delordo. I'm the writer and director of the short film Ready. I'm from Long Island, New York. About my film, it's about a young college couple, Maggie and Johnny, who have an unexpected pregnancy, and they're raising their child at such a young age, and kind of goes through the downfalls of parenting and kind of the whole responsibility behind it. The ending will have us asking ourselves, if we knew what the challenges were ahead in our future, would we choose a different story to go down? The ending has kind of a twist, so I'm really excited to share this film with the Long Island International Film Festival. I just want to give a quick shout out to my producer, Allison Rendell, my actresses, Linda Gillard and Christina Gobbs, and our triple threat editor, cinematographer, and leading actor, Joshua Haas. This production wouldn't have been anything without them. What kind of makes this film special is that this production crew only had 3 people in it. And
How many people?
Only 3 people. We had director, producer, and cinematographer. That's kind of it in our production. And to make this film and how all this praise we gotten from it and how it, like, our end results, it was phenomenal how it just came from 3 people. And this film wouldn't have been anything without my crew, so I just wanted to give a shout out to them.
It's always about the crew. Agreed. Well done. Any meaning behind or any backstory to your story?
Yeah, kind of the ending. I kind of wanted to kind of put us into the minds of, it has to do with the pro-choice kind of situation, kind of if we were in the minds of these women in these clinics, what's kind of going through their heads. Nobody really knows, and this film is just kind of giving an insight of what these women could be thinking. So.
All right. Well, congratulations on your film and your crew of 3, the mighty 3. And good luck. Break a leg.
Yeah, thank you so much for for screening this film. We appreciate it.
Thank you for submitting.
Thank you.
Lou Martini, are you still with us, Lou? Lou, are you with us? Are you still here?
Let me unmute. I'm here, buddy.
All right, Lou. Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's good to see everybody, man. It's just good to be seen and good to be seeing people, right?
If you want to introduce your film, Sober, tell us a little bit about the film.
What category do you got me in again there?
I kind of jumped around. Let me see. You are in the webisode category. You're October 3rd, 7 p.m. Drive-in, virtual as well. And that's Tony D'Antonio. Okay, you know Tony.
That's my producing partner. So my name is Martini Jr.
Is Tony here as well?
No, she's not here. She's actually got a fly problem. She's going through like the Amityville Horror at her house right now. She just texted me about 5 times. See how it's going. She's got some kind of fly thing going on, but she's taking care of that.
Please send her my regards.
You got it. Sweetheart. She's my dear friend for many, many years, and now my producing partner for like the last 7 years. So, so my name is Lou Martini Jr. I've been doing this since 1964, believe it or not. And I have long, long ties with Deb and you guys at the festival. I've been a presenter there. I've been a nominee there. I've been there just to party many, many times. It's just one of the great festivals in the country, and always love being a part of it. And so thanks again now for having one of my projects in it. It's called Sober. And it's actually a television pilot that we shot. Tony D'Antonio and I produced it. John Sachs, brilliant writer, wrote it. We produced it, we cast it, we edited it, and we're close to having some deals on it right now. We've got some really, really great people looking at it, and it is about a hard-living, pill-popping, bisexual, sex-starved divorcee, who just happens to be maybe the best detective in the history of the Boston Police Department. So, and she is going through a retirement phase right now, and trying to get sober at the same time. So it's an interesting pilot. I think it's a great, great television series. It's filled with pathos and laughs and tears, and starring a great actress by the name of Elizabeth Watson, who I think is going to be a big, big star after this thing gets picked up, because she's just phenomenal in it. And myself are in it, and my partner, Tony D'Antonio, we're in it. So it's a great cast, too. It's just a great, great project. We shot it about, I think we shot it at the beginning of last summer. So we're in the process now of showing it at some festivals and trying to get a deal with it.
And then where did you guys shoot it?
We shot the exteriors in Boston, and we shot the on-location stuff here in Queens and Brooklyn. And did we shoot on Long Island at all? I think we might have shot on Long Island, too. We might have shot at a deli on Long Island. But I'm also a Long Island guy from Queens. So go Long Island, Strong Island.
Awesome. Lou, thank you for sharing. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing the show on television.
You got it. Hope so. Fingers crossed, right, everybody?
Yeah, yeah.
Man. Just keep doing the work. And I tell you, everybody that's on here, congratulations, because the hardest thing in this business, and take it from somebody who knows, is to get a project done. So kudos to everybody, man, and keep fighting the good fight, man. Good luck to everybody, and we'll see everybody soon.
Awesome. Agreed. Thank you,
Take care,
Lou.
guys. You got it. Take care.
Anthony, are you still with us? Anthony Robert Grasso?
I'm here.
All right. I wasn't sure if you were hopping off or not. So
No. I was dealing with my family.
Okay. All right. So we'll come back to you. David Shy, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great. David, your film is called Bless. It's in the short film category, October 3rd at 3 p.m. It's a virtual screening. If you can tell us a little bit about yourself, the film, where you're from, anything interesting that you want to share.
Yeah, so my name is David Chai. I'm the director of Bless. And this film started off as a collaboration when I saw a post on a Facebook group, and the lead actress, Janelle Megan, was looking for other filmmakers to collaborate to make short films and build up reels for the people involved. So she had a few scripts, including Blessed, which is written by the other lead actress, Navita Stein. So Blessed is a story about a detective who questions a woman who was found outside her apartment in the middle of winter. And then she discovers she's a victim of domestic violence. And the detective tries to convince her to seek help, but the woman, as in the case of a lot of domestic violence cases, is dependent on her husband, who's an immigrant, so it will not be that easy. So this is actually my third time being selected for the Long Island International Film Expo. I love this festival and everybody involved. Deborah, in 2018, my feature film, CG Driver, actually won the Best Feature Award there.
Congratulations.
I really like this film, Blessed, because it helps to raise awareness about domestic violence. Human rights is a big topic that I am really passionate about. My first feature was about human trafficking. Just great to be part of this festival. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for making a film. It's such an important project. The numbers and statistics are ridiculously high, and it takes filmmakers like you to have a vision to share that with the world and educate us. So thank you for creating this project, David.
Thank you.
Next up, I have Michael James. Are you here with us, Michael James? Michael James with Division Series from the Republic of Korea. All right. Rachel, if you want to send an email to Michael James and let him know that we're on. Next up, I have Megan Martin. Are you here, Megan Martin?
Hi, I'm Megan Martin.
Hey, Megan. You have Fresh Air, short film.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Short film, October 3rd, 3 p.m., playing virtually. If you can introduce, the film, a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and anything that's interesting.
Yeah, totally. I'm Megan. I was the line producer on Fresh Air. It was a film that I worked on with my boyfriend, Montana Rock, who was the exec writer, lead actor, and everything. He's not here with us tonight, so I'm kind of speaking on behalf of him. And also here we have our amazing producer, Randy, one of our extremely talented lead actors, Devi Morgan, and Randy Sloan, and also our amazing director, Anthony Grasso. And just a little bit about the film. This was something really, really close to Montana. It's the story of a young man and his grandparents coping and making the best of their time with a grandfather who has Alzheimer's, and it was written as sort of a love letter to his own grandfather who has Alzheimer's, and was sort of conversations that he wished he could have had and time he wished he could have spent with him before it was too late. He's actually not with us tonight because he's back home with his grandfather. And it was his first film, both of ours, and it was a lot of in the trenches, learning as we went, trying to look professional as we're like pulling things together as we go. We definitely couldn't have done it without Randy and Devi and Anthony and the other incredible lead, Godfrey J. Rayner. And it's also really personal to us. It brought us to all the people that I just mentioned, who we call our Fresh Air family, and they really are our home away from home. We call them our New York family. We're both from West Virginia. And working on that film turned our 7-year friendship into we're dating now. We just got our own place together for our 2nd-year anniversary and a cat. So by millennial standards, we have a family now.
Wow, from the film. This all happened from the film.
Yeah, no, it was a really big piece of his heart and a very vulnerable thing for him to share. So it means a lot to him for that. And I can say on behalf of him and for myself that it also was a really, really big and personal thing for us because of the relationships that we developed out of it. And if any of them want to say, I'm spreading sap everywhere. So if anybody else wants to chime in, they're more than welcome
really
to.
Quick, if I could. I'll jump in real quick. So Megan and Montana and Randy and everyone involved in this film were in a class of mine that I teach at that time. And when they approached me, I was so taken that they wanted me to bring this to life. And we did some nice workshops with it. And I have to say, it's a very, very moving story between a grandson and a grandfather. And all the love and the work that everybody put into this just really made it come alive. Me and Montana had some challenges to come over after in post, and we did. We got it done, and I'm really proud of this film. So I just wanted to say I love these guys. Megan has worked with me on another project that's also here at LIIFE called The Long Commute, which I'll talk about later. And I always go to her when I need a helping hand, a line producer, or any of the above, and Randy as well. And Dev and I worked together in another film that I directed. So it's kind of like a cool little family. So I'm really proud of this film. So hope you can see it.
Yes. And
no, everybody, please, go ahead.
I just want to say one thing. I produced this film. I also AD'd on it with Anthony, which was a wonderful experience for me because it was my first AD. And I just wanted to mention we had 2 shooting days with 1 pickup day. And the one day Montana and I had spoke about it, he'd asked if he could use my house in Long Island to shoot. And of course I said, yes, whatever you need. And I'm going to say, Anthony, that really didn't give us too many issues shooting here. Really not. But the second one was Fort Tyrone Park. And that we definitely encountered a lot of issues, mostly with noise. But we got bugs. and bugs. But we got through it, and it's a really, really special film. So if you can watch it, just make sure you have a box of Kleenex next to you, definitely, because you are going to cry.
No, it really, if everybody can watch it, I know it would mean a lot to him. It really is a piece of his heart about not just what it's like coping with losing a loved one, but how hard it is to watch a loved one lose themselves in their own agencies. And we're really, really honored to be a part of like this festival with all these other amazing films. Thank you guys so much.
Wow, you guys are quite the team. Randy, Devi, Megan, Anthony, you guys all have like a few projects here. That's awesome.
Yeah, I have 2 tomorrow that I'm coming back for.
I'll be
So I
here
have
all week.
4.
I'm
You're
here all
all
week. I'm like,
Anthony and I are vying for it. He's got 5, I got 4.
and everyone's in different locations, right? Megan, you're in West Virginia. Randy,
I'm from West Virginia. I live in New York now.
oh, you're in New York now. Okay, you're
Yeah.
in New York. And Randy, you're where?
I'm in Long Island, but if Lou Martini is still here, I just wanted to say that I'm a Queens girl too, and now I migrated out to Long Island. So
Lou actually hopped off at 7.
off. All
He
right.
sent me a message, but he'll be able to see the recording. And Devi, where are you?
Right now I'm in Connecticut, but I'm from Brooklyn. And I just wanted to reiterate what everyone said, how Montana just wrote a beautiful script, and he wrote it with me and Godfrey Rayner in mind. So I was really honored about that, even though I was a little upset that he thought I was old enough to play his grandmother. But it was an honor, and it was an honor to be directed by Anthony again. And I hope everybody gets to see it. I just want to say everybody's film sounds so interesting.
Yeah.
And I think this would be a terrific festival. And I love David Chai's accent.
Yeah. David and I were on a director panel last year. We got to know each other well. He's a great guy. But really quick, before we roll, it's been nominated, The Long Commute, so I'm really proud to just announce that. So if you can check it out, we'd love you to take a look.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Anthony. I am going to Kadasha. Am I saying it right? Are you here, Kadasha? Kadasha, your film is called Lights, Long Island short film.
Yes, that's me. Sorry, my name is Josh Grayden. I didn't realize my email was not my name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like Kadasta Masta.
Yes, I made that when I was like 12.
Name. Okay. All right, awesome. Well, Josh, if you want to introduce the film and yourself and a little bit about what it's about and anything that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm Josh Grayden. I'm actually Rob Grayden's son, the director of Pieces. My movie it's a minute long, so there's not a whole lot going on to it. But me and my best friend and my brother, we had all just wrapped our feature. And if you've wrapped a feature, there's a certain feeling to it. It's a great feeling. And but we wanted to see something that we had made. And that was, we're still working on that feature. So we wanted to see something quickly that we had made. We were like, okay, we're going to go out and we're going to shoot something. And we'd also just, we had just gotten out of the theater from seeing Uncut Gems. And I had been reading a lot of Lovecraft. And so we were like, what if we made a kind of Lovecraft type story with the feeling of that Uncut Gems feeling, which if you've seen it, there's a very specific feeling that movie gives you. And so we were all hungry. So we were like, I told my brother, Jake, you go get food. Me and my friend Tristan, who's also in the movie, we're going to write it. When you come back, we're going to shoot it. So we wrote it in the 5 minutes it took him to run to the Burger King across the street. He came back. We went out. We shot it on our corner, and it's a horror piece. It's a little moving, if you ask me. There's something very emotional about it, but it's a minute long, and I think it's a great showcase of all of our talents.
Awesome. That's sick, dude. 5 minutes? Wow, you're
we wrote it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, you wrote it in 5 minutes. It's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, best of luck at the festival, and thank you for sharing that story. Next up, I have Miguel Garzan Martinez. Are you here?
He's not, unfortunately, so I'm going to talk for him.
Okay, so that's The Long Commute. You had mentioned that, just a moment ago. So that's a short film playing October 3rd at 3 p.m. virtually, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, brother. Hey, guys, how's everybody? Just so exciting. This is my 3rd year with LIIFE, and it's my 14th film. I'm so proud to say that got accepted here. So this is 5 this year again for me. I had 5 last year. So it's just really nice that, you get to do the work and then you get to have people see it. So it's a wonderful platform. This has become probably one of my favorite film festivals. I won a few awards. Films have won awards. My directors have won awards. But I wanted to say from Miguel, he's so sorry he couldn't be here. He got stuck at work. So I had an idea, and I called Miguel. I met him at a film festival. And I said, Miguel, I had an idea. I wanted to work with Godfrey J. Rayner, the same one that's in also Fresh Air. And by the way, Godfrey J. Rayner won Best Supporting Actor for The Long Commute, which I'm really proud of. So I had an idea that I had lost my parents a few years back. I lost my mom and I lost my dad 20 years ago. So there was something about, I'm always hustling, I'm always working. And I said, I have this idea where, what happens if your life gets stopped because of a parent getting ill? And how does that, work? Now, I had a loving relationship with mine, but I thought, what happens if they had an estranged relationship? What would that be like? So then we came up with this concept. And I met with him in a diner, and we sat down, and we cracked out a blueprint, and then he started writing it with me, and we finished it after 18 drafts. And then we got going. Put a little fundraiser together, got it made, 4-day shoot, and then we had to do a pickup. So it was actually 4.5 days, I would say. I'm really proud of this film, guys. If you're, if anyone still has their parents, at my age, I find it really profound that I'm seeing all my friends losing parents or coming to the terms with an alien parent. So it's about time is unforgiven if you wait. And there's a nice twist in this film if you get to see it, which really brings it home. And again, like what Randy was saying, it kind of hits home. Where a lot of people have reached out to me after seeing it about having a parent who's either suffering with Alzheimer's or dementia, and how it's just one of the hardest things to see somebody deteriorate that you love. But it's a great little film, so I hope that you guys see it. And that's it. Anything else? I'm a New York-based actor, and now I'm also directing. I had about 5 years directing in films and many plays over the years. So I have Fresh Air and this one that I directed. I'm in General Mess Hospital, which I'm one of the leads. And I'm also in The Blind Spot. The Blind Date. The Blind Spot. The Blind Date. And so that would be, I guess, the 5th one. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing. For seeing you get that award. I think it was last year that you got
last year. Yeah, I won Best Supporting last year, and the year before I was away and I won Best Actor. So it's been really a great place for me, just in terms of being seen, being recognized, having meeting so many people. I actually was telling Randy last night, we were on the phone, and the others, and I said, I met Tom Ryan, who's a wonderful director here, and he cast me in a film that'll be hopefully here next year called Soothsayer. And it's part of his Theater of Terror quad film. It's like 5 films in one. So hopefully you'll get to see that.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, my pleasure. And I put all the info in there if anybody wants it. And I think you said it's screening October, right? 3rd?
The screening is on, The Long Commute is October 3rd, 3 p.m. And it's a virtual screening, correct?
Awesome.
And it's another one you want to have a box of tissues by you for. I called my parents every night we were on set. It's very emotional.
She was so sweet.
It's a good reminder.
Yeah, she was a big help on this. She also worked on it. Just a real quick shout out to Ashley and all those guys out there that I worked with. I worked with her last year in Wink. And to Lou Martini Jr. I know Lou over 24 years. He's the best. And I see Bob and all these other film festival families. And Jeremy, I haven't met you yet, but you worked with one of my dearest friends, Liz Samuel. So I'm dying to meet you. Yeah. So I'm dying to hopefully run into you. Unfortunately this way, but Yeah,
Hey,
and
man.
of course, John and
Virtual.
Deb. Yeah, and John and Deb Markowitz are the bomb. I mean, they are real film advocates and love actors and love directors. I just feel like I'm part of their team. Oh, and real quick, Lucas Haas, I saw your film, and I loved it, by the way, over in Chelsea, back in the cutting room. I forget her name. I forget your name. The director writer. I don't think she hears me. Yeah, you. Yeah.
Lisa Belcher.
Lisa, yes, sorry.
Oh, hi. I heard Lucas, but yeah.
No, but you worked with Lucas. I adore Lucas. He's a great guy. So
Thank
I
you.
did see your film, and it's a wonderful film, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, brother. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's like we're like a tight-knit family here. You know, it's really awesome that we're able to all connect, you know, this evening. All right, well, next up I have Benjamin Mir. Forever Red. It's a student film in the student film category, October 3rd at noon. Are you here, Benjamin?
I am.
All right, please share a little bit about yourself, where you're from, the film, and anything interesting that we should know.
All right, yeah. So my name is Ben Mayer. I'm the producer of Forever Red. It was written by Steve Miles out in the UK and directed by Garrett Adams. Forever Red is a film about two American ex-spies from the Cold War and have left their experiences in the Cold War to try to resume some sort of normality in life. It's a film about lost love and how the demons of our past catch up with us in the end. Upon reuniting, the two ex-spies have to confront this dark secret from their past that they've kind of pushed down for the past 40 years. It was shot entirely on Super 16 millimeter film to really bring out the gritty aesthetic of the film, based in Baltimore, Maryland, and shot in the state of Maryland.
Wow, okay. And all the pieces are from different parts because your partner is in the UK, I believe you mentioned, right?
The writer is in the UK. The director is my best friend who grew up in Maryland and is now based in LA.
Got you. Okay. All right. How did everyone come together?
Garrett and I found the script and approached Steve online. We found the script online through a wonderful site. If you guys are looking for scripts to find, Script Revolution online is a good option. They have scripts up there that you can option. So we reached out to him. The film really spoke to us. We knew that we wanted to shoot a film on film as kind of our next step as filmmakers, try to get back to our roots as filmmakers. And the way the film is written, the grittiness of the film was perfect for that medium. So we took the leap, and after 3 years of trying to make it happen, we made it happen, and we're lucky enough to be accepted into your awesome film festival.
All right. Well, congratulations, and much to your success, and break a leg at the festival. And thank you for submitting. Next up, I have Carey. Kathy did Mom and Me, which is in the webisode category, October 3rd at 3 p.m. It's virtual. Are you with us, Kathy?
I am.
Awesome. The floor is yours. Let us know about the film, who you are, where you're from, and anything interesting that we should know.
Okay. I'm Kathy Carey. I am the writer, producer, director of the web series Mom and Me. And I'm in Los Angeles. But this is my 4th project, I think, in the Long Island Film Expo. So I'm not a newbie with the festival. Mom and Me is a comedy about a woman who has a very conservative woman who has been downsized out of her job and finds herself having to move back home with her very freewheeling hippie mom. And it explores the juxtaposition of the wacky madcap mom and the conservative stick in the mud daughter in all the everyday situations you can imagine, like dating, job search, and breakfast. And I was came to write and make this series because my husband is a video editor, and he does reels and sizzle reels and demo reels for actors and celebrities. And one of his clients is Muse Small, who was in the film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson, and did a couple other films with Milos Forman, and was in the original Broadway cast of Grease. And so she's pretty interesting character actress at this point in her life, and she expressed an interest in working with me. And I said, all righty then. I obviously jumped at the chance to work with her. And so we met, and I loved her, and I loved her energy. And I said, okay, I will write a web series. So I wrote 12 episodes, and we shot it in 2 days.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Thank you for sharing, and break a leg out there.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, we are going to Kate Middleton. Kate has a film called Showing Up. It's in the short film category, October 3rd at 3 p.m. Virtual experience. Are you with us, Kate?
I am. Hi.
Awesome. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you guys. Hello, everybody. Thanks for sticking with it. I'll keep this short. I'm from Manhattan, New York. We are very happy to represent New York City and Giant Cookie Films and the co-production company Ground Up Productions with Showing Up. I guess the most exciting thing about us is that we were part of the 48-hour film festival for 4 years in New York. And which basically that means that you get a genre, a prop, a line, and a character, and you have to write, shoot, and edit your film within 48 hours. And we're very happy to be here with you guys. It was a special film, and it's basically about an old acquaintance that shows up at a very special time and stealing one of the character's lines. When you love someone, you become their family. So it's about old relationships coming back and being very important.
Wow. Nice. Nice and tight. Awesome. Impressive. 48 hours. That's definitely stressful, but
It is, but fun. You
Yeah.
work your best when you're stressed.
awesome. All right. Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having us.
And break a leg at the festival.
Thank you very much for having us. You guys have a great night.
The same. Next up, I have Mark Cabalroy. Mark has a film called Transparency. It's a short film in the animation category, October 3rd at 3 p.m. It's virtual. Are you with us, Mark? Mark, are you with us? Rachel, if you can send Mark an email and let him know that we're on. Next up is Todd Stayruch. I think I'm saying it right.
No one in history ever has, so don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. Your film is called The Bonds of Friendship. It's in the short film category, October 3rd, 7 p.m. It's in the drive-in and virtual experience. The floor is yours, Todd.
Thank you very much. My name is Todd Stayruch. I am from New Jersey. First of all, I want to say it's very cool to see a lot of familiar faces on the screen here. Tom Bragg, Jeremiah Kitt. It's like a who's who of people that I've met over the years. So my film, The Bonds of Friendship, is a short, I like to call it a short and dirty little crime thriller. It was my first attempt at writing and directing a short film. And I worked on it with the aforementioned Tom Ryan, who stars in it with me. And it's basically the story of two lifelong best friends who grew up together. These guys are low-level thugs and thieves, and they score the biggest theft of their lives. And it's what happens after that that tests the bonds of a 40-year friendship. And it just explores like what could cause two lifelong best friends to turn on each other. I thought about me and my own best friend, who I have known for more than 30 years. This is a guy who, if he called me right now and said, Todd, I need you, I'd be in the car, no questions asked. And I thought, what could happen to get in the way of that? And I got home, I wrote it, reached out to a few filmmaker friends and said, I'd like to try my hand at this. And there we go. Lesson learned. Do not act in and direct your own film. So that was my biggest takeaway. But I had a great time. I'm very proud of the work that we did, and I am very proud to be accepted into this festival. Like someone else said, I can't remember who, but I think it was Devi. I'm listening to people describe their films, and now I can't wait to see all of them. It sounds like always just an amazing amount of work available. And again, congratulations to everybody. I love indie films. I've been a festival director and judge for a long time, and I just love seeing what everybody is coming up with creatively, and I just can't wait to check out everybody else's films. And thanks for accepting my little film.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us, Todd. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And break a leg out there.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Next up is Frank Modica. Frank has a film called The Bra. It's in the short film category, October 3rd, 7 p.m. It's drive-in and virtual. Frank, the floor is yours.
Hi, my name is Frank Modica. And yes, that film is mine, The Bra. It's a comedy, short. It's 3 minutes long. And I live in New Jersey. The film was actually... I created the character Gilbert. He's a really funny guy. He seems to always find himself getting into trouble all the time. And no matter where he goes, you know something is going to happen with him, between him and other people. So I actually, this was filmed in a hotel room over there. And I knew that I was going to do that character, but we had an incident in a room and we changed our rooms while we were there. And when we got to the next room, my girlfriend came out and said that she might have forgotten her bra in the other room. So I just started out with Gilbert right after that. And she was like, wait a minute, don't do anything. I got to film this over here. And I just took on and I improvised everything on there, and everything just came out just right. And from there on, I saw everybody seems to like Gilbert. So this now, what's going to be shown, which I'm really grateful that it's going to be shown, is actually a prelude now to the Gilbert Diaries. So now we're in the process of doing a pilot for the Gilbert Diaries. And I have other people now joining in the cast over here, comedians, and it's going to be really good. I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited about this festival, and I just can't wait to go there and see everybody's film, and I'm just grateful for everything.
Well, Frank, we're excited. You're excited, and we're grateful that you submitted to us. Congratulations with everything.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's a lot of fun, and that's what I want it to be. It's a situation comedy, and you know everyone's gonna know something's gonna be happening with Gilbert no matter where he goes. Nobody knows what's coming next, but it's gonna be fun along the way. So I'm really excited.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so next up I have Allison. Allison has a music video called Fine, I'll Write My Own Damn Song. And it's October 3rd at 7 p.m. It's in the drive-in experience and virtual. Are you with us, Allison? Allison, are you with us? Rachel, if you could shoot Allison an email, let her know that we're on. Next up is Jennifer Plotzi. I think that's how you say it. Jennifer has a film called Fizzle. It's in the short film category, October 3rd, 7 p.m. Are you with us, Jennifer?
Well, Ramfis, Jennifer Plotsky couldn't be with us today, but she asked me to do it in her stead. I directed the film. So I'm Jeremiah Kitt. I'm the director of Fizzle. It's great to see you, Ramfis, and thank you so
likewise,
much
the legendary Jeremiah, man.
Yeah, man. Speaking to a fellow legend, it's really great to see you, and thank you so much for moderating this for all of us crazy filmmakers. Thank you for your infinite patience. Fizzle is a short film. It was written by Gilbert Diaries. It's an absurd comedy. And I feel privileged to screen with great films like Lisa Belcher's Guest of Honor and Bob Shelley's The Keeper. We have a common theme. The theme that unites us is uncomfortable parties. Our story is a surreal New York soiree where we get access to the innermost embarrassing and private thoughts of the characters. So I think of it as Seinfeld's terrified inner monologue gone to hell. We had a bunch of really great New York actors like Peter Friedman from Secession and Jeffrey Owens, who's been acting forever since like The Cosby Show, and Jennifer Plotsky, who's in everything. So we're very happy to be screening it at the Film Expo again. It's been such a privilege to screen there over the years, and it's great to see so many familiar faces right now, even if it's virtually.
Awesome. I know this is a banger because you're involved, Jeremiah. You know, you only put out great work. So, you know, thank you for coming on and representing for Jennifer.
My pleasure.
Awesome. All right. Well, next person up is Ari Rosen. Ari, are you with us?
Ari might not be with you either, but I directed that film too.
Did you? Get out of here. It's called Lost and Found. It's in the short film category, October 3rd, 7 p.m. It's also in the drive-in virtual experience. And go ahead. The floor is yours.
Great. Well, Lost and Found is a contemporary adaptation of John Milton's Paradise Lost, done in 10 minutes. We had a really beautiful script. It was adapted by Laura Sweeney, who's a writer out in Huntington, New York. It's about Satan and Adam and Eve. Satan is played by a woman. Jennifer Plotsky plays Satan, and I thought of her as a CEO who hit the glass ceiling and didn't make it and was cast out of paradise and is raising everything around her. So she's going to decimate Adam and Eve. And when all hell is broken loose, you can always count on Satan. It's a pretty dark, strange, and peculiar adaptation of John Milton's story. So I'm very happy to be sharing that film as well.
Awesome. I think I've met Laura Sweeney before. I know we're like friends on social media.
Yeah, she produced a pilot called Mami Mafia, and she's a really, really talented writer and actor.
That is so awesome. Do you have any other films tonight? I feel like you probably.
I think that's it, but who knows what other surprises are in store, Ramfis.
Okay. Next up is Nicholas Charles. Nicholas, are you with us tonight?
I am. Hi.
All right, Nicholas, your film is called Old Blue Eyes. It's in the short film category, October 3rd at 7 p.m. It's in the drive-in experience and virtual. The floor is yours, Nicholas.
Thank you so much. Hi, my name is Nicholas Charles. I am from London, England. Coming to you right now from Las Vegas. But this film was actually shot in Hoboken, where I spent a couple of years when I moved over here. And this is a film about a gentleman who believes he might be Frank Sinatra. We filmed this in Hoboken just off Frank Sinatra Drive. Without giving too much away, it's about him and a guy who I play in the film, who's called Charlie, who's a bartender new in town, who have an unlikely friendship. And I don't want to say too much more, but it's really how society looks at people with mental illness.
Wow. And you're coming in from London right now? Oh, no, you're in Vegas
I'm
right
actually
now.
in Las Vegas right now. Not on holiday, just waiting out to go back to work.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations. Thank you for submitting. We look forward to checking out your film.
Thank you so much.
Break a leg there, Nicholas.
Thank you.
Awesome. So I know Tony D'Antonio is not on. Well, we actually covered her film that was Sober. The next person I have is Jake White. Jake White has a film called Into the Woods. It's a short film, October 3rd at 10 p.m. It's drive-in and virtual. It's part of the Scared for Life Horror Block 2. Jake, are you with us? Jake, are you there? All right. Well, Rachel, if you want to send Jake an email and let him know that he's up. I have another film here called Crazy for the Blonde. Tom Bragg, Mark Clawberg. Are you here?
I am here. Tom Bragg.
Okay, awesome. Tom, I'm showing that it's playing October 2nd at 10 p.m. It's drive-in and virtual. It's part of the Scared for Life Block 1, actually. And the floor is yours.
Okay, thanks for those people who stuck around, especially after they spoke. Yeah, I'm Tom Bragg. I live in Queens, originally from the great town of Staten Island. I am the co-producer and writer of Crazy for the Blonde, which is a thriller / dark comedy. It's about two serial killers that compete for the same woman who's a blue-eyed blonde who turns out has plans of her own.
And
my director Mark is here too.
Your director's here?
Yes, Mark Clawberg.
Hey.
Hey, Mark, the floor is yours.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, so I became friends with Tom on the festival circuit, and I admired him from afar, and then he and Alex Aldea approached me about this script, and I was busy doing my own thing with this other film I directed, but I just love the script. I think Tom's one of the best writers around, so I couldn't say no. And he let me kind of mine some of the interesting stuff. It's like a Oscar and Felix type serial killers, and they both have their cool torture scenes with the girl, and then there's a twist at the end. So it's a fun story. Definitely not for kids because there's some scenes that are a little raunchy and inappropriate. But I guess we just embraced that and made it crazy. So this is actually my 4th film that I've screened at LIIFE, starting back in 2015 with my feature, which was nominated for Best Feature. So that little nomination meant a lot to me back then. So I always loved coming to LIIFE.
Awesome. Well, we're always happy to have you return. Congratulations and welcome back.
Yeah, it's my 2nd film back also, and I want to say good moderating tonight too, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing that.
Quite welcome.
Awesome. All right. Well, break a leg, guys. Next up, I have Aaron Blanton. Are you with us, Aaron? Aaron Blanton is Mortuary. All right. Well, Rachel, if you want to shoot Aaron an email. Next again I have is Rob Grayden. Rob, you have a film called Mr. Shivers. It's in Long Island short film category, October 3rd at 10 p.m. It's drive-in and virtual, and it's also part of the Scared for Your Life Horror Block 2 category.
Yeah, this is the exact opposite of the other film I have in the festival, which was Pieces earlier. This is a straight-up horror film. It's about a guy who wakes up very disoriented, bound and gagged, and hanging upside down, and in someone's home, and he's completely disoriented. And I didn't want to make a film that was necessarily had a story to it. What we wanted to create was just a pure assault on the senses, mostly audio, because he hears a woman in the other room begging for her life and all the lovely things that happened to her during the time of the film. The film's only like 3 minutes long, but a lot of things happen in it, and it's all uncut. It's all one shot. And there's a very darkly humorous twist at the end.
Awesome. That's a complete 180.
Yeah, complete.
Yeah. And so it's father and son team.
So
tonight.
that's
films. Right?
Yeah. I think my son has another film for tomorrow night. You will be on tomorrow night.
Great.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it. Well, Break a Leg, thank you for submitting.
Thank you so much. It's so great hearing everybody's projects. It's just so great to know that artists can't be stopped, particularly with COVID and all those things. Art just doesn't sleep.
Art has to live, especially in times like this. This is what gets us through it, right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, next I have Wiley. Wiley, are you here? All right, Rachel, send an email to Wiley. There were a few people I mentioned earlier. I didn't hear if they had come into the room. Is there anyone that came in later that was missed? All right. Was there anyone, period, that I didn't get on this, Zoom call? Well, I think that's everybody then. I'm looking at everyone's pictures and names, and I think I got everyone here. Again, this is the 23rd Annual Long Island International Film Expo. It's September 30th to October 8th. Thank you all for coming online today and doing these interviews and sharing your amazing stories. To the right, you'll see everyone's contact information that share their websites and Instagrams and Facebooks and Twitter, so feel free to connect. We'll be wrapping up. If there's anyone that wants to share anything before we shut down, the floor is yours right now. If not, then we'll be wrapping up. Anyone want to share anything? All right. John, thank you for putting this together tonight and recording. Great job. Thank you, Deborah Markowitz, as always. And thank you, Rachel, for emailing and staying in contact with everyone. And I look forward to seeing some of you again tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. And congratulations to all of you for being able to create art. The hardest thing is getting this thing done, and you guys have all done that. So much success and best of wishes throughout the festival circuit.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.